Hey, Damien.
Hi, Harold. How are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
Fine. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us today.
Me, thank you. Thank you for checking us out.
So, Harold, could you tell us a bit about Boyd's state of mind in the upcoming season?
Damien, this is a tricky question, brother. This is this is a tricky question. Boyd's state of mind, without giving away anything, is he is in he's almost in a state of disbelief. Like as hard as he's pushing to get out, whatever this place is, it's pushing them to keep them there. And so he's in this state of like desperation and disbelief and like, but still trying. And so I think that causes, when two forces are so strong, it causes some fractures. And so, I think that there are some fractures happening in Boyd's mind that are really interesting to watch and play. Yeah.
I'm actually really glad you mentioned this state of fracture because from what we've been able to see, Boyd seems to be exhausted, more exhausted than ever. Is he still the same leader, or are we meeting a completely different version of him in this season?
I think he's still the same leader. I think, like you just said, I think we're meeting the same leader that is exhausted, that is tired, that's going to actually have to ask himself questions about his abilities. And he's going to have to be honest about those questions. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's the same guy that showed up there. I think he wouldn't say he's broken, but there are broken pieces. And those broken pieces don't all work as well as they did when he first got there. That's what I'd say.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So one of the things I love is that Smiley's back, and that's terrifying.
This mother.
What was your reaction when you found out that the character was returning?
That's literally, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I felt like come on. He was reborn. But I thought it was going to be really, really, really great to play that kind of surprise and full horror of like having killed this thing that suddenly has returned, and like having to answer that emotional question was a really fun as an acting experience. It was really kind of fun to go through. Not fun. It kind of sucks emotionally, but if this is the job you want, then it's fun.
So, considering what we know of from the past season and what's coming, would you say, without any spoilers, would you say that there is hope for the characters in the new season, or is it going to get even darker?
Yeah, I would say there's no hope. I would say, like, no hope, period. Zero hope. So yeah, it's getting darker. And again, without giving any spoilers away, but figuratively and literally, it's getting darker. And so it is becoming, with all the answers that we do get, it's becoming more and more impossible. The whole experience becomes more and more like impossible. That's the best way to describe it. It's unfathomable. You just can't. You can't make it make sense. And so it keeps getting worse.
So I'd like to apologize for this next question.
Here we go. Damn it.
I think you know what's coming, but Lost was this same style of show where it started with something small and just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Do you think that it is a fair comparison with Lost, or would you say it's a different type of beast?
No, I would say it's a totally fair comparison. Lost was really groundbreaking for television, especially here in the States, and there were things about it that were just really like outrageous. Like, there's a polar bear, for real. There's a polar bear, and so From is definitely possible because of Lost. That audience are ready to kind of see that thing. It's like an evolution of it, and because it's in such a compact little package. Like, it's 10 episodes. It's not going to go on forever. There's a full ending. I think you get a more intense experience with From, and also because From is billed as horror. Because it's billed at heart, like right away, you know exactly, some of the things you're going to get. 10 minutes in, to the very first episode, they're killing kids. It's just like, yeah. This is gonna be wild. It's either for me or not. So yeah. So I think it's a fair comparison.
But going back to your character, Boyd has carried so much responsibility since day one. Does he ever get a moment to breathe during the season?
No. which is really the thing that's wild. Like I was saying before, the fracture is just like. It's a never-ending, like, dirge. It just keeps going and getting deeper and darker, and there's we try to John Griffin tries to give us moments of levity, a laugh here or a laugh there, because otherwise it just wouldn't be it would be no fun to be there. Do you know what I mean? So we try to find those moments where you just gotta laugh at this shit, man. You just gotta laugh at it, like, you know what I mean. And so those are really, really good. But the overall arc of it is it's just darker and darker and darker. And so yeah, he's in no space, no space to breathe.
So you've had an awesome career. I mean, I remember I must have been like 16, 17 the first time I saw Oz, and I was just blown away. Romeo and Juliet, The Matrix, so many cool characters throughout your career. Were there any characters of these that you were able to take inspiration from to build Boyd?
Oh wow! Look, that's a good one, Damien.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Look, I think this is true for most people. Everybody's career is an accumulation of all the work that they've done, right? Doing Romeo and Juliet, how big and bold and wild and how free you could be, gave way to like being able to do Oz, where we shoot this thing in a box that spins in a wheelchair with blood, like who knows, but it gives way to that. And so I would say that that getting to where we are and From, being able to take in this idea of this ridiculously unreal place that no one can escape from, being able to give that real a reality, being able to give it a real presence in my soul is because of all the other shows. So I would say that they all kind of influenced it, moving forward. Like The Matrix, like being on the Nebuchadnezzar was just like, look, just physically being there, I was just like, holy smokes, I'm on a Nebuchadnezzar, everybody, relax. I was so excited about it. But all of those things are so big and wild that I think that they've, given me a pathway to be able to do From. So they all kind of influence.
Well, thank you very much, Harold. That's all the time I have. And I just want to say personally, I'm a big fan of your work, so thank you very much. It's been an honor.
Thanks, Damien. I really appreciate you taking the time, man. I really do. Thanks.
Have a great one, and congratulations on the show.